Yeah, what's good? Yeah, I've came to the conclusion that the dark-skinned Black American male is endangered, and yeah, the dark-skinned Black American male, he is in extremely bad shape right now. Go to any major city, especially in my city. You know, you look around at dark-skinned Black men, and they're in bad shape. Like you can just see it. Like it's not an opinion; it's a fact. Go to just look around and see the condition of dark-skinned Black men. They're not in good shape. You know, when I see most dark-skinned Black men, most of them, they're either homeless, dusty, the younger dark-skinned Black men, they all want to be these Chief Keef, dreadhead, degenerate hood niggas. You know, um, or if they're not, if with the younger dark-skinned Black man, if they're not the Chief Keef wannabe hood niggas with the dreads, then they're either like gay, homosexual, or if they're not the Chief Keef wannabe type of dude, they're also they're either like lame or lame as fuck. Like there's not a lot of like quote unquote normal dark skinned Black men left, and it's sad. You know, they're either the dreadhead Chief Keef wannabe, trying to be a hood nigga, or they're homeless looking, or they're fat, chubby, overweight, or they're extremely like lame as fuck. You know, dark skinned Black men out there's not a lot of dark skinned Black men nowadays that I see walking around who are like truly desirable to women. I'm not talking about hood rats being desirable to hood rats. You know, there's not a lot of dark skinned Black men nowadays who I see out and about that would be desirable to quality women. The American Black man is endangered. It's a very sad thing. And it wasn't always like this. It was not always like this. Back in the 90s, the dark skinned Black man in the 90s was not endangered like this. Go on YouTube, go on YouTube, you know, or if you didn't grow up in the 90s, go on YouTube and look up, just search for videos of Black men in the 90s. Or if you grew up in the 90s, you witness how dark skinned Black men were back then. They're different from how we are now. You know, back then, in the 90s, it was cool to be a dark skinned Black man back then. Back in the 90s, it was cool to be a dark skinned Black man. You know, we were hip. We were hip without being degenerate. Now, like you don't have to be a degenerate, dusty Chief Keef dread having dookie stains in your drawers, sagging your pants to be hip. Back in the 90s, black men, dark skinned black men specifically, were hip, cool, and hip while being functional. You could be a functional black man and be hip without being a lame. Just because you're not a degenerate Chief Keef wannabe doesn't mean you're a lame. You know, dark skinned black men were also, in the 90s, dark skinned black men were also at the epitome of our masculinity. You know, there's kind of like a stereotypical image of black manhood, of a dark skinned black man. You know, they're like 6'2", masculine, hip without being degenerate, functional. That's the metaphorical image of a dark skinned black American male. And he used to exist in the 90s. That type of black man is almost gone. You know, that type of black man doesn't exist nowadays in huge numbers. There's still some functional dark skinned black men left who are just normal, who are not on that effeminate shit. When I see a dark skinned black man today, they either effeminate or they're on that Chief Keef, dreadhead, degenerate shit. Are they chubby? Are they extremely lame as fuck? You don't see a pure, normal, dark skinned black man without dreadlocks who's not trying to be a hood nigga, who's masculine without being a degenerate. You barely see that type of black man today. Like, not that I judge other dudes, in that type of way, but when I see most dark skinned black men nowadays, I don't see men who are desirable to women. I don't. It was set up like that. It was set up like this. In today's age, most dark skinned black men are not desirable to high quality women. I'm not talking about hood rats. These hood rats would fuck with a Chief Keef type of dude with dookie stains in his drawers and shit. It's like, I'm talking about normal women. And like me, myself, I'm one of the few dark skinned black men left who are quote unquote normal and functional. In today's age, the dark skinned black American male is endangered. In today's age, if you're a functional dark skinned black man, people are out to get you. Society's out to get you. This society wants dark skinned black American men to be dysfunctional. And if you are one of the few dark skinned black men left who are masculine and functional, and if you're attractive too, this society would try to tear your black ass down. And I experienced it from firsthand. Like, this society wants dark skinned black men to be dysfunctional. And when you are the opposite, you're functional as a dark skinned black man. You're a target for people to prey on, for people to tear down. I go through that shit all the time. And when you're a functional dark skinned black man nowadays, people are shocked to see you. A lot of attention is on you as a functional dark skinned black man who carries himself in this true masculine frame. A lot of attention is on me because of how I am. There's not a lot of functional dark skinned black men left walking around. So when people see a functional dark skinned black man who's masculine, who's attractive, if you're that type of dark skinned black man today, a lot of people are drawn to you because they're surprised. People are surprised to see a functional dark-skinned black man. People are surprised to see that type of black man, because those types of black men are far and few between. Most black men, most dark-skinned black men I see today, and I'm not trying to tear down the brothers or anything like that, but most dark-skinned black men I see today are dusty ass niggas, or they carry themselves with this like degenerate energy, and if you're a black man who's functional, and dark skinned black man who's functional, you definitely stand out, you know. And people know the deal. People, these other races of people, other ethnicities, they pay very close attention to the American black man. You know, these other races of people pay very close attention to the condition of the American black man. They have to. They're our enemies, right? We're their number one enemies, you know. So they have to pay close attention to us. These other races of people, they know that the dark-skinned black American man is in a very bad condition right now. These other races of people know that the dark-skinned black American man is in an extremely bad condition right now. They see us every day, you know. and it was designed like this. The powers that be, nothing, pretty much. Fucking helicopter fucking on my video. Helicopter messing up my fucking video. He's gonna just hover over me like this? Fuck out of here, man. Fuck. Alright. I gotta walk away from the damn helicopter. It's making too much noise, but yeah.